From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Welcome to Biz Champions. I'm your host, Chris Budahas, and I have a great panel here at the bar today because Tom's taking a little bit of break because of 4th of July. Well, we'll let him sleep today. So I got Patrick Morse with Jacksonville chapter of National Wild Turkey Federation, better known as NWTF. We got Major Harding. We got April Ethridge for City Council at-large Group 4, and Amanda Holt with Pure Hope, Weight Loss, and Healthcare. I mean, you guys have these titles. That's awesome. Thanks for joining me at the bar today.
Great to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, wide and deep Biz Champions. So I'm gonna go across the room, and then we'll see where the conversation takes us. So
Perfect.
Let's talk about the National Wild Turkey Federation. Tell us more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are the longest standing chapter in the country. This is a nationwide conservation group, and we have our banquet coming up on July 31st. So we're here to try to drum up some attendees.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's the location?
The Ramallah American Club here in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Then how can folks find the
you
event?
can go to our Jacksonville NWTF Facebook page or NWTF.com and just search for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an avid hunter, so it's been funny living across the country and across the world. You know, coming back here, it's not, when I left here in 87, it's a lot bigger. Yeah. And I did some hunting out there in Middleburg, out in the Camp Blanding area. Okay. What's the impact of all this growth on the turkey population?
It's tremendous. And so everything that we do goes directly back into our community. Every dollar that we raise goes back to conservation work here in the state of Florida. And so we have something really cool with the FWC, which is another acronym. Florida Wildlife Commission.
Yeah.
And so we have something called a cost share program where we donate over $2 million annually to do habitat restoration work and conservation work on our wildlife management units throughout the state. Yeah. And so, you know, with this kind of unfettered growth around Florida, that conservation work is more important than ever.
That's huge. Yeah. It's got an impact for our generations of follow, right? So, you know, I'm concerned because, like we mentioned off camera, I live off, say, Route 13, Rivertown. Great community. I love what they're doing, but the impact, as I say, growth of that wildlife, where are they going? What's the impact? And you just can't get it back, right?
Yeah, exactly. Once it's gone, it's gone. So it puts more pressure on our public lands. And so we have to make sure that we're good stewards of those lands.
Amazing. You're big in the outdoor hunting.
Oh, I've been a member of our Jacksonville chapter since 95. So, 30 years.
Okay. And as you started when you were 10?
Yeah.
You joined your 10?
So like Patrick said, we're the longest standing chapter in the country. So I had Gordon Vines, who's deceased, but he introduced me. And he was a pioneer, a fundraiser for the NWTF. And it got me involved and been involved for, like, say, 30 years. So, but the impact of what Patrick was saying, I mean, when you can physically see it, and these people are moving the needle.
Yeah.
So it's a great organization.
That's great. And April, you're running for city council. You know, we were talking off camera, you and I, about how passionate you are about the potential and realize that potential in green spaces and such. So that kind of bleeds a little bit. So tell us about running for city council.
Running for city council is amazing. It is fantastic. I love my town. That's why I'm doing it. I think that we need to be safer, stronger, and smarter.
Yeah.
I want to realize the potential that Jacksonville has while still protecting what's already great and what's already here.
That's great. And you've seen, like, what when you're elected, not if, but when you're elected, what do you think one of your first 1 or 2 priorities is going to be?
My first is going to be safety. We're talking a little bit off camera. I think that in order to grow, in order to do the things that we all want to do that are on my platform, safety is first. And that is continue to support our sheriff's department, which is doing a great job, is providing resources to our police and our fire department so that they are safe and so our residents are safe. And then I want to help small businesses. I want to cut red tape. I want to look at micro grants to help them stay in the neighborhoods and support the residents that are there.
That's excellent. Thanks for that. So, Amanda.
It's great. Some stuff can help me there.
It's funny. That whole, some of you guys will remember with some of the ladies, well, because they're so young, but Mr. Rogers, you know, at the beginning, he's like, who are the people in your neighborhood? it's amazing in our city. You have so many people doing amazing stuff. So
Absolutely.
you're here.
Yes.
Been here for a year, but you were Floridian, you left, you went to this little place called Charlotte, North Carolina, and you came back. So tell us about you and what are you doing?
Yeah, so I am a family nurse practitioner. I opened the practice October of 2024.
Okay.
And it's that functional medicine, primary care, and weight loss. It's all wrapped into one. You need one to be you need all three to be successful. They're all integrated essentially. Right. So my approach to primary care is, instead of here's a medication for blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, let's target that root cause. Let's make those dietary changes. We're working on inflammation, stress, sleep. All of these things are contributing factors that a lot of people don't realize. They can be doing diet and exercise perfect, but if they're stressed, they're not sleeping well, that scale's not moving and they get frustrated. Yep. And then to that point, diabetes, high cholesterol, that all feeds into they're tired, they're fatigued, so they don't want to exercise. It's all interrelated. Yep. And that functional medicine piece, it's more of that supplementation, targeting the root cause. So I'm a hybrid in that while I do prescribe some medications for some patients, depending on their need, it's always used as a tool, not as a crutch. We need to get to the root cause, be preventative, not reactive. So proactive, not reactive into their health. And ultimately, by starting now, we're preventing hospital visits and doctor visits and things like that. So it's trying to get that message across. It's not just, here's your medication and good luck, you're out the door. It really is a program. I see my patients at least once a month, guiding them through. And then once they reach their goal, whether it's more energy, they've lost the weight, we're transitioning onto a maintenance program. And by that point, my goal is to teach them these lifelong habits that they will apply from here on out.
That's great.
It's a proactive program.
Yes, very much so. More preventative. And so it's a different approach to primary care.
Well, that's great. Yeah, I like it too. And it's funny, actually unfortunate, but when you look at our population, very aging, the factors, I was listening to a news report this morning talking about WHO World Health Organization wants to tax, sugary drinks, sugary foods, things that are high in salt, because those are things bad for you. Unfortunately, they're most of the cheaper things for you too, right? So,
and they do taste good. There's some, there is a legitimate area of the brain where there's the cravings, eating something sweet, it makes you feel better. It's short term, so then you want more. And the marketing is fantastic for that. But, it's teaching the patients, if you're craving this, what is this alternative that you can do that's healthier?
So how do people find you and how do they find the company?
That's why I'm here. So
are you on LinkedIn?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
So we can find you on LinkedIn.
Yes, on LinkedIn, so, social media. But being new to the area and opening the practice, I'm trying to grow that network that I've been doing it for over 13 years in Charlotte. And hoping to tap into the community here. So with I've thought also about law enforcement, joining forces with them and helping them to be healthy so that they have the endurance and stamina and ability to do that.
12-hour shifts, 4 days a week.
So we're working with them, right? So they're under a lot of stress, what they do, the nature of what they do, long hours. When they're going longer than 4 hours without eating, their metabolism shuts down. So a lot of it is knowledge is power, is just educating the patient and showing them the why. I'm very much about educating. If I tell you to do this, well, why would you do it? But if I explain why I'm asking you to do this, they're more apt to be compliant and be successful long term.
Awesome. April, how do people find you?
So you can find me at my website, aprilforjax.com. And then I'm also inviting everyone to come join me at United Veterans Craft Brewery on July 16th at 6 p.m. It is open mic. Come bring your questions, bring your support, bring your friends, bring your pen to sign a petition, and come support not only my campaign, but a locally owned veteran business.
Yeah, great over there. Yeah. Major.
We know me right here, Client Focus Media.
Patrick, right you?
Like I said, you can find us on our Jacksonville NWTF Facebook page or on the NWTF.org website.
Well, thank you each for all you do for our community in different areas. But the beauty of it, it's like a collective community that comes together, just make it this as awesome as it is. And no doubt, with 500 to 700,000 people moving here in the next decade, there's something about this place, and we're making it a little bit better. So, well, we're going to take all the contact information and we'll put in our show notes, and we'll encourage people to reach out to you guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, folks. We'll see you in the next segment. A little gratitude. Cheers.
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 My name is Todd Marshall, and I own All Dry Services of Southeast Jacksonville. We serve all of Northeast Florida. Every day our business is doing the more mundane, but yet sometimes catastrophic issues. These can be plumbing leaks, they can be sewage backups. A bathtub overflows, somebody leaves the sink running. So we have a 24/7 response. If you call us, you're gonna get a live person, and you try to get out there as quick as possible so that we can minimize the damage.